guys and gals? Now we're here from Drake Wing Gaming. It's something mounted to the Gaming Dragon today. I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Violet Memoir, Leigh's Path. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, we're up and let's go. Okay. How could I argue against him? But I wouldn't complain about it. Yes, did you have anything in mind? My sister's got a soccer match today. It's nothing big, but it might be something relaxing if you want to do that. I know she'd be over the moon about it. Jeez, Leigh. Wallace bled his heart out and you immediately go to your sister? I'm just messing with you. Does that sound good to you, Wallace? I've been hoping we could do something bombastic, but something chill might be for the best. I think I'd like that a lot. Thankfully, her match is at the field that Leigh took me to on Wednesday, so it's only a short walk away. Leigh stuck to my side the entire time, though he put some distance between us after we began our walk. Once we arrived, we saw that the match was in full swing. Not that it meant too much to me. I didn't know the first thing about soccer other than the basic rules, but it was still great to see Charlie go at it. She's so focused on her match that she doesn't see us, but I'm able to catch just how excited Leigh is to be here. He looks enamored at the vigors that she plays with. Hammer my tongue, Jesus. The two of us are standing to the side of the field. There aren't too many people around. It looks like it would be just families of the players. This isn't an important game, according to Leigh, but I don't know how many people come to high school soccer. Lily is standing a little closer than we are and is shamelessly shouting her support for Charlie, alerting her to our presence. Leigh chides her, but it's clear from the smile on his face that he doesn't mean it. Neither Leigh nor I say anything for most of the match and are just enjoying each other's company. It's hard for me to stay focused on anything after all our discussions today. Everything's making me nostalgic. You okay, kid? Huh? You're staring off into space. Sorry, just thinking about things again. Your brother? Yeah, after everything, it's hard not to think about him. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have had you explain it to me. No, it's not your fault. I've been meaning to talk to you about it anyway. Lily told me I should. Really? Yeah, I'm trying to not let it control me. I came to college for a fresh start, but we thought it would be a good idea for me to tell you, so I can have someone to lean on. He reaches over and runs his hand through my head fur, thoroughly messing it up despite my flailing arms, but my attempts to thwart him don't have much bite to them. I'm here if you need me, but I won't push you. I know there are some things that are best left behind. My eyes dart down to his shirt, right over the area that is covering the scar that I still don't know the story behind. But I wasn't going to push him on that either. Not until he's ready. Thanks for being here. Of course, Wallace. I'm not going anywhere. Promise? I swear on my sister. Whoa, I wasn't expecting you to go that far. Need you to know how much I mean it. Without thinking, I jump over and give him as tight of a hug as I can manage. It should have been a bad idea considering I've been on the receiving end of surprising him before, but he doesn't react at first. Water time. Coffee time with me. Alrighty. But he doesn't push me away. He just lays his hand on the back of my head and his fingers begin to slide through my fur, forcing a shudder through my spine. We just stand there, ignoring the rest of the world around us. I don't know how long we stand there like that, enjoying each other's company. I don't know what's happening around us, too engrossed in the feeling of his claws against my scalp to notice. But the sound of a camera shutter brings the two of us crashing back to reality, and we take a step away from each other, clearly trying to play off whatever that moment had been, but it's too late. Standing a short distance away is Charlie, legs still covered in dirt, pointing her phone's camera right in our direction while she wears the biggest grin on her face. Ah, yeah, that's going straight to Oscar. Lily is standing right next to her, not even bothering to contain her giggles, but it's that single sentence that causes her to burst out laughing and my face to explode in heat. Leigh tries to maintain his composure, but Charlie's constant snickering is enough to cause his ears to turn into a rose pink, one that makes him look just as adorable as he does handsome. Don't take pictures without their permission. Oh, don't be such a sourpuss. It's not like I caught you two making out. Not yet, anyway. Charlie. Fine. I'll chill with the photos. I already got what I wanted anyway. What am I going to do with you? Oh, I can tell you that. You can go get ready for tonight while we steal Wallace for the rest of the evening. Huh? Come on, Wallace. Charlotte? But she just ignores him as she comes over and grabs my wrist, yanking me until we're both running towards the road. She isn't even bothering to get change out of her soccer uniform. Lily quickly jogs after us, though she doesn't have to go as far as Charlie quickly lowers to a walk once she sees that Leigh just sighs and walks off, likely back to their apartment. Don't worry, we won't be doing anything to you as much as I want to. I'd been hoping we could dress you up in some of Lee's old outfits, but he'd probably shit a brick. What's going on? Lily needs some time to get ready for your little date tonight. It's not a date. But the two of them just share a look that tells 1,000 words and enough to make the burning on my face intensify. But they decide to take some level of pity on me. Okay, don't fry out on me. I'm just glad you managed to convince Leigh to go out again. Huh? I didn't convince him to do anything. Sure you didn't. But I didn't! But she just continues to drag me away with her until Lily intervenes and frees me from her grasp, though it's clear that I'm not going to have much say as to what I'm doing for the rest of the day. The rest of the day was Charlie dragging me around from store to store, but I'm just lucky that we didn't have to buy anything. I don't know if I could afford that with my limited funds. It's not like I have a job like Leigh. Lily decided to give me some reprieve, and we ended up taking things chill while Charlie recounted stories about how she was doing in high school and even talked about revisiting the shelter soon. I could tell that Lily was curious about learning more, but she didn't want to push. She really was serious about avoiding all things Helena-related today and just focusing on a good time. It wasn't long before the topic switched over to Leigh, and the two of them hounded me on my relationship with him, as if there was any relationship there in the first place. They eventually gave up on trying to get any information out of me and opted to instead give me some relationship advice, though most of Charlie's advice was just convincing me that pushing Leigh was a good thing. Like, you know? Oh yeah. Whatever that means. But it wasn't too much longer until Leigh messaged me telling me that he would be ready soon and he'd meet me outside of my apartment, giving me a chance to freshen up if I needed to. I didn't do much other than brush my fur and put on some scent neutralizer, but that brings me to now, standing outside of my apartment where the comfortably cool autumn breeze makes me hyper aware of my surroundings. More specifically, how alone I am out here. It isn't an eerie feeling, not really. After a melancholic day, I'm feeling very introspective about everything that's happened recently, especially what I learned yesterday. I'm not alone in thinking that whatever happened on Thursday was weird. That dream or hallucination or whatever it was, Lily thinks something weird happened there too. She still thinks that it's best if we just forget about it, but I don't know if that's true. What if there's something more going on? What if someone needs help? I can't just... My phone buzzes in my pocket and I fish it out, expecting it to be a message from Lily or Charlie, but it's actually a call from Oscar. It's a little after 5. What could he want? Hello? Hey, man, long time no talk. We just hung out with each other on Thursday. Yeah, but we've only known each other for 6 days. One day is like 16% of the time we've known each other. But you called Charlie just... Wait, is it really 16%? Yep. Did you just do that off the top of your head? Hey, man, give me a little credit here. I am doing an economics degree, after all. I've gotten used to handling numbers. Sorry, I didn't mean to imply. Come on, I'm just messing with you. Lighten up. You sound real wound up. Breathe for a moment. Sorry, it's just been a weird day. No sweat, man, but you've been stressing over tonight, haven't you? Tonight? Your date with Papa Bear, duh. You know about that? You think Charlie could keep it to herself? She told me that right away. Glad the two of you finally got around to it. Maybe he can finally make a move on you. If he doesn't, I'll have to make one first. Might get his butt into gear. What? Okay, so, you want some advice? Wait, this is all going so fast. This isn't even a date. It ain't? Man, guess he's taking it a little slow. Still, I know how you guys like to tick. I know how you guys tick. If you want a little guiding light. You do? Totally. Here's a freebie, but you'll have to ask me in person for any more. Guys like him are all real receptive to what you're feeling, so just make sure you're enjoying yourself and he will too. Just let loose and he probably will as well. Not much, mind you. I can't see either of you being super party animals, but then again, that outfit he wore does make me wonder. Anyway, just have fun, okay? I'll check in on you later to make sure it's all going good. Have fun tonight. Before I can even give a reply, he's already hung up, leaving me speechless with a billion things I want to say. I feel like I'm still reeling from that fast-paced conversation and I don't know what to make of it. You okay? Lee's voice startles me into stepping back, nearly tripping over my feet in the process before I'm able to get my bearings. At least I managed to do it myself without him needing to save me this time. Shit, sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. I tried getting your attention, but you just kept staring at the ground. No, it's totally fine. I was just a little bit lost in thought. I'm okay. Just excited to be heading out tonight. Lee's sudden arrival brings me careening back into the present and is a reminder of what's about to happen. I've been so stuck in my head about everything that everything passed in a blur. I'm about to head out with Leigh tonight, like a date. Except it isn't a date, right? I know Lily and Charlie think it is, but that wouldn't make sense. Even Oscar thinks it's a date to some degree. But Leigh doesn't see me like that, and I... You sure? You don't look excited. If you're not feeling up to it, we don't have to do this. Yeah, totally. I'm excited. I mean it. But if it isn't a date, why does Leigh look just as nervous as I do? He does look concerned, but it feels like he's trying to find an excuse. I nearly considered taking it, but after everything Oscar said, maybe it couldn't hurt. I'm just a little nervous. I don't really know what we're doing. That's my bad. Charlie thought it would be better as a surprise. It sounds pretty fucking stupid now, though. I'm not sure about that. It's pretty exciting. It's something that you like after all, right? Yeah, I guess it is. It's something I haven't done for a long time, though. Might not even be my scene anymore. But you want to do it, though, right? Right. Let's get going. I don't want you there to be late. I don't want you to be there too late. Okay. It can get overwhelming if you've never been to a club before. We're going to a club? Yeah, since Everwinter has a lot of college kids, there's plenty to choose from depending on where in the city you live. I've never even seen one before. Probably just walked past it. Come on. He walks off with his hands in his pockets, and I have to jog after him to catch up. Despite the cool autumn air licking his exposed fur, it doesn't seem to bother him at all. Compared to him, I suddenly feel very overdressed. Should I have worn something different? Nah, you're fine. People don't care. Don't care, and you look like you. Did your sister make you wear that again? No, not this time. I expected him to elaborate, but he doesn't, so I don't question him on it. I think this whole thing has him a bit nervous, and I don't know if it's because of what we're doing or if it's because I'm going with him. For a moment, I thought that we might end up back at the campus with how it seems to have everything, but we end up heading in the center of the city. Since it's a Saturday night, there's a flood of people filling the streets. I've never been out in the city at this time on weekends, except when I went out to dinner with my parents and we always drove, never walked. The sun is still above the horizon, but it's strange seeing how many people are just walking around. I always knew Everwinter was a densely populated city, but it never felt that way for me. Not until now, that is. It didn't take Leigh long to wrap an arm around me and pull me close. Neither of us comments on it. I'm grateful this isn't the first time he's worn that. It still makes my face flush to be so close with how exposed he is, but I'm not as stunned as last time. The walk's mostly quiet, though sometimes Leigh would interject to tell me a story about one of the places we pass. They're often short and sound more like he's reminiscing than anything else, but they're enjoyable nonetheless. What truly shocks me is the lack of attention we bring to ourselves. No one seems to care about Leigh's eye-catching outfit or how close the two of us are. For the most part, the only thing we get is a passing compliment or someone winking at us. Most of them are directed at Leigh, but some of them are for me, and the first one caused me to nearly trip over my own feet. I guess I'm just glad Leigh doesn't comment on any of it. I think I would have died. By the time we make it to the club, I feel thoroughly embarrassed, but Leigh just looks amused at my plight. I'm just grateful none of the others are here. I know Lily and Oscar would tease me, and Lucas would make an accidentally cutting comment. Billy just runs his hand through my head fur like he always does and just gives me a time to calm down. It's a subtle action that won't bring too much attention, and it does make me feel like a child, but I can't deny it's soothing. It makes what should be a pretty awkward situation not as bad. Leigh just has that effect on me. Things just never quite feel as strange or bad when he's around. Alright, y'all. Gonna pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!